tired of all these modern day MMO bullshit. Oh. Hey gang, it's Def, and today we're going to be looking at Pantheon, taking a deeper look, having a little discussion, talk about why people are excited and why you should pledge. So if you're watching this video, most likely you already know about Pantheon or the basic premise of it. But in case you don't, real quick, it's an old school, new MMO created by Brad McQuaid, one of the co-founders of EverQuest, along with Joppa. And heck, they're even getting back their old community leader, which is awesome. The old gang's getting back together. But it's a old school MMO focused on community, grouping up, living in an actual MMO and not just logging on, getting your tasks done and just calling it a day. Back to the roots, as I always say. So everybody's talking about Pantheon. If you play games back in the day, you should get excited. There's no more bull. Pantheon is not just going to be some nostalgic, old school, classic MMO game. It's going to be way more than that. I mean, it's going to be a living, breathing world with some AIs. And let's take a look at this page. And I'm going to link to this page in the description for you guys to read over. But they're doing some cool shit. I'm not going to lie to you. This page is called the Pantheon Difference. And they talk about the atmosphere and the climate system. There's gonna be, if you've seen any of the videos, there's just all kinds of crazy shit that's going on. You're gonna be able to climb walls. You're gonna be able to call lightning, a spell that can do more damage than a typical lightning bolt spell, but can only be cast if there's a storm in the region. I was just reading that as I'm talking, but you could see I just highlighted it there. I want to go down to the colored mana system. That's pretty cool. But the progeny system, this is freaking epic. Okay, player will be able to retire high-level characters and then create their children as new characters. But these new characters, the progeny, will have certain abilities, stats, etc. that make them slightly yet noticeably better than a completely brand new character, but not to the point where it's unbalancing. So that's pretty cool. You get to like make a main, work real hard, and then carry on its legacy. I think that's pretty freaking sick. I'm freaking pumped. Anyway, I'm gonna link this page in the description. Like I said, I'm gonna try not to make this video long-winded because I could talk about Pantheon all day. But I'm gonna go down to the bottom, and one of the coolest things, it's called the perception system. This is having a lot of talk, especially in the Pantheon community. So I'm going to read this real quick. One of the most profound things about Pantheon is how we are designing the game from the ground up so that the environment truly matters. We want players to care about the world that they are in and why things the way they are. When you think of MMOs, when is the last time you discovered the meaning or the history or the secrets of a person, place, or event without being told by a text box? That is so true. What if we conceived of a way to bring players back to exploring because they are compelled by what they see in front of them, not because a blinking light tells them to go there? In Pantheon, wizards will be able to perceive things that a warrior cannot. Through prayer, a cleric may gain insight into an area or a creature that a rogue could never know. Through our perception system, Pantheon will redefine how the game world becomes known and how players will work together to progress. So we're already looking at environment changes and climate changes and how that's going to affect how you go about your adventures, and the perception system. This is already off to a great start. Plus, it's the old school. You're chilling with your buddies, you're grinding dungeons, you're grinding loot and having fun, and everything you get has value in it, which I know I talked about that in my rant video, where I mainly ran about how MMOs aren't how they used to be. But anyway, with all that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump into the races and classes, because it goes hand in hand with the environmental changes and all the cool stuff that they're adding. So I'll go ahead and hide my ugly face and you can look at this beautiful backdrop. So there's going to be your typical racial passives. We don't know them all, but the Pantheon Wiki did give us a small example concerning the dwarves. Will most likely start with the decree of acclamation. It would therefore be easier for a dwarf to reach the tier 1 threshold of frigid climates. Other races may have their own innate differences too. And also to note that there's going to be factions. So certain races won't be able to go. Like if you're an ogre, I doubt you're going to be able to go up to the elf city and be like, yo, what up, you know. Side note, just gotta brag real quick because I worked hard for this. I played in Ixar and EverQuest 1, and I grinded for weeks and weeks and weeks in Crushbone just so I could chill with the wood elves on my lizard. So people would be in the wood elf city and they would see a little Ixar just sitting there chilling. I don't know, let's get back to the video. Now, they recently updated the graphics, but we'll get into that here in a second. Let me go ahead and pull up this image. Feel free to pause the video, or you can head on over to the Pantheon Wiki or the Pantheon website and check this graph out yourself. But we already have an outline of what we can be, so take a look at this if you're deciding on a class and a race, and you can kind of choose your combo here. Notice the Necromancer and Bard has an asterisk. It's not out yet. Again, everything's pre-alpha, so just bear that in mind. Let me go ahead and throw this up for you in case you guys want to read a little background on each race. While you're looking at that, shout out to Nick Hotz over at the Pantheon MMO Reddit page. This guy must have worked days on this thing. He's got all the knowledge in a document. You can click links and go right to what you want to look at. So shout out to him and for all his hard work. All this being said, we've been seeing footage on YouTube of some of the classes and races and watching them being played. We've seen Carnage playing the Dire Lord and various classes, Basgrim, all this stuff. They've been playing and chilling with the devs. They came out with a graphic update. All we have is screenshots. I'm hoping this month, sometime in December, or maybe when the new year happens, we'll get to see some of this stuff in action. But shout out to Nathan NAPALM for doing a really good job. I'll link to his video. He does a real in-depth overview of it, and what he says is just nails it. You know, I would have been fine without this, but you guys are awesome. The team has been working super hard, and it's just exciting. But so far, all the races look really good. All the classes look very promising. But we all need to rise up and come together as a community, and because that's what this game is about, community. In fact, Pantheon, one of their things is they're hashtagging community matters, because it does, and we need to come together. We need to support Visionary Realms. We really do. They don't, I mean, they're doing things the way they want to do. They're putting passion, work, and effort behind it. Heck, when they closed down and didn't reach their original goal, they worked on it on their free time on top of their daily jobs, you know. And just the whole downfall of how MMOs used to be is a tragedy. And this is our chance to come together and fix that. Get back to what we used to do and have a reason to come home and play a game, you know. You know, maybe that's just me. I might be tripping. Let me know in the comments. You know, people ask me why I go back to EverQuest 1. Like, the game is just so old and outdated. I go back to see my friends that may still be playing. Even if there's a chance they hop on, you know, it's like, you know, dude, let's go do some stuff, you know? Like, you just don't get that. And I keep preaching that. And I know a lot of these people covering Pantheon keep preaching that. So that's why there's so much excitement, so much enthusiasm behind this game, and the people at Visionary Realms, they've been working so hard. They didn't need to give us a graphic update, but they're doing it. So I urge you to pledge. Even if you never played an old school MMO, you're gonna get into this game, and you're gonna have people wanting to group with you. Now, mind you, the whole thing is going to be open world. A living, breathing environment. You ain't going to be able to instant queue, no, I'm sorry. But you're going to be able to make friends, you know. You're going to have to work together. And that kind of, in my opinion, eliminates these asshats that are, you know, just trolling on games and stuff. Because if they're remotely interested in the game, they're less likely to be a you know, because you need each other. You really need each other, and that's why I'm making this particular video, to urge people to pledge, or at least keep an eye out on it, and considering getting this game, because it will be worth every penny. It will be an experience, which is much more than a game, you know. It's going to be an experience. And I don't know how else to word that. I want to cover Pantheon more, so I will be digging a little deeper, researching more, and providing some more content as I can. There's a lot of great YouTubers out there doing a great job. Vazgrim, Nathan Napalm, and you have all these wonderful streamers doing a great job as well. Getting the chance to play the game with the devs. Hey devs, I don't stream a lot, but what's up, you know? I might have to edit that out. All jokes aside, I'm just a supporter of Visionary Realms. They've been working so hard. I'm going to pledge. I hope you do too. Be sure to check out PantheonMMO.com. They have their own wiki now. They have their own Reddit. They have tons of resources for you to dig deep and get familiar with the content that's coming out. Go sign up for their newsletter. That's where you get all the good meat and potatoes, if you will. And I hope you guys like this video. I know it was kind of a rant, but maybe not really. I tried to give a little bit of information and go a little more in depth, but I'm sorry, I get excited, I'm long-winded. Anyway, I hope you guys like this video. Please like it. If you don't like it, go ahead and dislike it. I hope to see you guys in Pantheon. So take care, guys.